Dear Salt of the Earth viewers, we have a gentle reminder for you.
As we all know, we are going through a difficult time, COVID-19, coronavirus, and we all need to keep ourselves safe from it.
There are a few measures that's been advised by the local authorities, and one of them is wearing a mask wherever possible. It could be when you're shopping or when you're on a public transport.
The second thing is social distancing. Keep 2 meters away from anybody who is not from your household so that we are safe from COVID-19. Thank you all for listening. Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Salt of the Earth, a program by Media Commission of the Catholic Syro-Malabar Eparchy of Great Britain. Today we are going to bring you another saint of the Catholic Church. As you all know, the structure of this program is like this. We will be presenting the life of a saint in the Catholic Church, and there will be 5 questions asked which you need to send in the answers to us. In the last few weeks, we are getting tremendous response from a lot of people, and you have been sending the correct answers. But unfortunately, the first respondent with all the correct answers get the prize. And as we announced earlier, if you have sent correct answers consecutively for the first 10 episodes, you can claim to be included into a lot where, if you're lucky, you will get a prize. The last week's questions and answers were: I know you are waiting to know who the winner was for last week.
Hi, my name is Alan Joy. I watch Salt of the Earth with my family every week, and I find it to be a very enjoyable and fascinating experience. It has helped me achieve a deeper understanding of the life of saints and reminded me of the importance of our faith. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to build our faith.
Hi, my name is Emma Joy. I think the Salt of the Earth is an amazing program. It has given me the chance to learn a lot about the lives of saints in a fun and interesting way. Hi, my name is Ashley Joy. I would like to thank all the people involved in creating this incredible program so that we can enjoy learning about the lives of such amazing people. Hey, my name is Ashley Joy, and I have learned so much from this program, which also helped me strengthen my faith and taught me many important life lessons.
You know the format to send in the correct answers. The format is now showing on the screen, as you can see. Answer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your name and the name of your mission. And the number to send the correct answer via WhatsApp is also showing here on the screen. Now it is time for us to listen to the life of a Catholic saint.
Welcome everyone, and today in Salt of the Earth, we are talking about a story of a black Sudanese young girl who went through slavery and a series of disturbing events, and later how she became the patron saint of Sudan. Saint Josephine Margaret Bakita was born in 1869 in a village called Olgosa in Sudan. She was a member of the Daju people, and her uncle was a tribal chief. Due to her family lineage, she grew up happy and relatively prosperous, saying that as a child she did not know what suffering was. Historians believe that sometime in February 1877, Josephine was kidnapped by Arab slave traders. Although she was just a child, she was forced to walk barefoot over 600 miles to a slave market. She was bought and sold at least twice during this journey. For the next 12 years, she would be brought, sold, and given away over a dozens of times. She spent much of her time in captivity that she even forgot her real name. As a slave, her experience varied from fair treatment to cruel, depending on the master. Her first owner was a wealthy Arab who gave her to his daughters as a maid. The assignment was easy until she accidentally broke a vase. As a punishment, she was beaten so severely and she was incapacitated for months. After that, she was sold. One of her owners was a Turkish general who gave her his wife and his mother-in-law, who beat her daily. Josephine wrote that as soon as one wound heals, there would be another. She told about how the general's wife ordered her to be scared as her mistress watched, ready with a whip, cut into her flesh with a blade, then rubbed the wounds with salt to make the scars permanent. She would suffer a total of 114 scars from this abuse. In 1883, when Josephine was 14, a Turkish general sold her to an Italian vice consular. He was a much kinder master and he did not beat her. When it was time for him to return to Italy, she begged if she could be taken with him. After a long and dangerous journey across Sudan, Red Sea and the Mediterranean, they finally arrived in Italy. Later, this Italian man have given her away as a gift to another family and she served them as a nanny. Her new family had business and political dealings in Sudan, and when her mistresses decided to travel to Sudan without Josephine, she was placed in the hands of Canossian sisters in Venice. While she was in the custody of the sisters, she came to learn about God, and according to Josephine, she had known about God, the one who created everything, but she didn't know who he was. The sisters answered her question. She was deeply moved by her next time, and the sisters realized that she had a calling from Christ. When her mistress returned from Sudan, Josephine refused to leave. Her mistress spent 3 days trying to persuade her to leave with her, but Josephine remained steadfast. This caused the superiors among the sisters to complain to Italian authorities on Josephine's behalf. The case went to court, and here is a vital twist in the story. The court found that slavery had been outlawed in Sudan before Josephine was born, so she could not be lawfully taken as a slave. Hence, she was declared free. For the first time in her life, she was free and she could do what she wants to do, and she decided to remain with the Canossian sisters. She was baptized in 1890 at the age of 21. She also received the sacraments of her First Holy Communion and Confirmation on the same day. These three sacraments are the sacraments of institution into the church and were always given together in the early church. The archbishop who gave her the sacraments was then a cardinal who would later become Pope Pius X. Josephine officially joined the Canossian Daughters of Charity Religious Order in 1893 at the age of 24. She took her final vows in 1896 at the age of 27, and she was eventually assigned to a convent in Vicenza, part of Italy. For the next 42 years of her life, she worked as a cook and as a doorkeeper primarily. She also traveled and visited other convents, telling her stories to other sisters and preparing them for the work in Africa. She was known for her gentle voice and a smile. She was gentle and charismatic, and was often referred with love as the little brown sister, and later, honorably, as the Black Mother. When speaking of her enslavement, she often profound that she would thank her kidnappers, for had she not been kidnapped, she might never have found Jesus Christ and entered his church. In her later years, she began to suffer physical pain and was forced to use a wheelchair. But she always kept cheerful. If anyone asked her how she was, she would say, "As the Master desires." Relevance of knowing and remembering the life of Josephine in our times, especially with most of us living in a Western society, it's important, especially with events occurring against racial discrimination against innocent black people. Now coming back to Josephine, on the evening of February 8, 1947, Josephine spoke her last words, which was, Our Lady, Our Lady." Then she died. Her body laid on display for 3 days. In 1958, the process of canonization began, and later beatification in 1992, and soon she was honored publicly in Sudan, and she was canonized on the 1st of October 2000. Saint Josephine Bakita is the patron saint of Sudan, and her feast day is celebrated on the 8th of February. So now it's time for our mystery box. Let's see what we have here today in regards to our episode. We have a rose. Rose is loaded with thorns. And among the thorns of suffering, we have the beautiful flower, Josephine, that comes out of it. The beautiful saint that we have from Sudan. We dedicate this flower to you, Saint Josephine Bakita.
Now we have the question time. Let us listen to the questions.
Moving to our questions, here is question number 1. Who kidnapped Saint Josephine when she was a child? Question number 2. Saint Josephine was placed under whose custody in Italy when her mistress was traveling? Question number 3. Why did the Italian court set Saint Josephine free from slavery? Question number 4. What were the last words Saint Josephine spoke before she died? And the last question. When do we celebrate the feast of Saint Josephine?
We hope all of you are enjoying this show, and in the next episodes we will bring you another saint of the Catholic Church. Till then, goodbye. May God bless you all.